Construction companies in America are bleeding $725,000 a year on a problem that doesn't show up on their P&L. Not lost bids, not bad estimates, something hiding in plain sight. If you run a construction firm doing $5 to $50 million in revenue, this video is for you. Because most owners think their bidding problem is about winning more bids. It's not. Every estimating software vendor will sell you a tool to win more bids. None of them will tell you the real problem isn't winning. It's that you're declining a third of the RFPs that hit your inbox before anyone even reads them. And that's where the 700 grand is going. This is an AI system I built that does 30 hours of estimator work in 90 seconds. I'm Amadou, and I design and implement AI systems for construction firms and PE-backed firms. By the end of this video, you're going to see the demo, the math, and what to do about it. Let's get into it. Most owners assume their bidding problem is about losing winnable jobs. So the question becomes, if it's not lost bids, where's the money actually going? It's not lost bids, it's lost throughput. The average construction company declines about a third of the RFPs that come in, not because they wouldn't win them, but because their estimators are too backed up to even read them. That's $725,000 of revenue a year nobody chased. Run the math on a $30 million GC. A single competitive bid takes 1 to 2 weeks of estimator time, about 60 hours. Half of that is just reading the RFP and pulling takeoffs. To land 20 wins a year, you're submitting around 100 bids. That's 6,000 hours of estimator labor just on bidding. A fully loaded estimator costs you about $120,000 a year, so you do the math. Picture this, a $4 million school project lands in your inbox. You'd win it, but your 2 estimators are already buried on 2 other bids. So you turn it down. One no-bid decision worth more than their salaries combined. It's not a winning problem, it's a throughput problem. And I know what you're thinking, fine, I'll just hire another estimator. The problem is that math doesn't work either. The Bureau of Labor Statistics projects estimator employment to decline 4% through 2034. The labor pool is just shrinking while bid demand keeps climbing. Estimators are sleeping with their laptops on their nightstands, terrified of missing a 6 a.m. RFI deadline. That's not a productivity problem. That's a system that's broken. And the people who are still in the game are doing 2 or 3 people's worth of work. They're chasing addenda, raising RFIs, rebuilding estimates every time a drawing changes. So when deadlines stack up, what suffers is bid quality, missed scope items, sloppy alternates, the kind of stuff that turns into a 5% margin hit downstream, which on most projects is more than the GC's entire fee. The people you need to hire don't exist, so the answer can't be more people. Every AI bid tool on the market right now is pitching the same thing. Help you win more bids. That's the wrong frame entirely. The fix isn't winning more bids, it's processing more. Here's the actual job to be done. Take the 30 hours per bid your estimator currently spends reading the document, extracting scope, listing submittals, flagging risk. Collapse that down to 30 minutes. Your estimator gets the rest of the week back to do actual estimator work. Pricing strategy, scope alternates, relationships with subs. And the architecture is way simpler than you think. PDF goes in, AI reads the whole thing natively, no OCR pipeline, no chunking. Structured output comes back, drops into Excel, and that's the entire system. The win condition is taking your senior estimator from 30 hours of doc review per bid down to 45 minutes. Same person, same desk, same brain, tripled the bid volume. Your estimator stops being a document reader and starts being an actual estimator again. But talk is cheap. Let me show you the demo, including the moment that's going to make you think why every GC doesn't already have this. This is the City of Maple Ridge solicitation for the new Community Recreation Center. And it's all demo data, but supposed to realistically mimic what a typical RFP would look like. So the PDF goes in, and right off bat, it tells us right here how much the estimated processing is going to cost us. So you're not hit with any unexpected API costs along with all these types of document processing. So now that it's finished, it's probably taken about 1 minute and 30 seconds. So now we see it populated with the key dates, key information, any submittals that are related to the document, compliance, and also scope, all categorized by its specific category and where it pertains to the specific process of that document. Also risk. And then what I really like, which is a cool feature, is that you're able to chat with these documents. So you can ask it a specific question that might not already be categorized, but anything that's powered by the document itself. So scrolling all the way down, here's where it gets interesting. So not only did the program process the document in the RFP, but it was able to go and search through other comparable past projects and understand whether they were wins or losses and see how much of a match they were to this current document, right? So for context, an estimator would have to search through tons and tons of documents to understand what the current or past scope of documents similar to this project were like. And even to just go line by line and compare them, whether they were wins and losses and also by what margin, that would take a considerable amount of time. So this is powered by a vector database, and this is what definitely distinguishes typical document processing for RFPs and takes this to another level where you can use it to superpower your own construction firm. So different building type, let's drop in a healthcare RFP and see what happens. So once it's been processed, we see that we get the same results, but respective of the RFP, we have the same chat window that allows us to ask specific questions to the document, powered by Sonnet 4.6, its key dates, submittals, and also we're able to see any compliance information as well in the respective buckets. So going down to the scope, and also the key part that separates this automation or this AI platform from a specific or a typical PDF reader is that we're able to see past related projects and see whether there's a match, the bid margin, and also any specific information on that. So this system can take your old past projects, store them in a vector database that you can use as a knowledge base for your business, and then compare any incoming bids to past projects so you have a better understanding of where this sits in respective of your past bids. But the demo is the proof, not the product. The thing you'd actually run in your firm has 3 pieces I haven't shown you yet. 3 things change when this becomes a real engagement instead of a demo. 1, the vector store. The local file works for 100 past projects, but you swap it for Pinecone or PG Vector once you're indexing thousands. 2, the ingestion pipeline. And this one is the actual moat. Analyzed RFPs are prospects. They don't go into the comparables index automatically. You build a separate post bid flow that ingests outcomes, won, lost, final price, lessons learned once a project closes. That's what makes the comparables predictive instead of just descriptive. In-memory works for the demo, Postgres, or S3 in production. The Claude API is production ready as written. What you're really paying for in a real engagement is the ingestion and storage shape around it. And that's what turns a 90-second demo into a system that actually learns from your firm's bid history. Now let's run the actual numbers. $30 million GC. Estimator labor on document review drops from $174,000 a year to about $10,000. That's 164 grand back. Previously declined RFPs that you can now actually bid on. 725,000 of new revenue you weren't chasing. Margin recovered from caught scope items, call it 450,000 conservatively. Net annual upside on a $30 million firm, about $1.3 million. Build cost is 50 to 150,000 one time, 5 to 10 grand a month to operate, payback measured in weeks, not years. And if you're sitting inside a PE-backed construction platform with 10 portcos, multiply that by 10, this stops being a tool conversation and starts being a $13 million EBITDA expansion conversation. That's the level your sponsor actually wants you having. This is one of the rare AI use cases where the math actually pencils out because the labor it's replacing is expensive, scarce, and burning out. If you run a GC or you're sitting inside a PE-backed construction platform, you watched all 11 minutes of this and you already know whether this is your problem. You don't need me to convince you. What you might want is someone who can build this for your company, integrated with your specific systems, trained on your specific bid history. That's exactly what we do at Carfa AI Group, and I'm offering a free 30-minute discovery call where we look at your bidding workflow, tell you whether AI is the right fix or not, and if it is, we scope it, no pitch, no pressure, just clarity. Links in the description and pinned in the comments. I'll see you in the next one.